Fear, a small four-letter word which we all experience in some capacity. It could be the fear of losing someone you love. It could be the fear of meeting with an accident when you are learning to drive. It could be the fear of public speaking. It could be the fear of how you'll perform in the exams. It could be the fear of when you tell a lie and you're afraid that it may not be revealed. Fear can extend to any dimension in your life. It can make you fall, it can numb you, it can make you to live life in guilt, it can harm your mental health, it can lead you to have negative thoughts, and if you don't know effective ways to conquer fear, your life can become torturous and very painful. Hence, my dear friend, in this video, I am going to share with you secrets to conquer fears. But before that, let me tell you the types of fears, because some fears are good. Yes, they are. I'll unveil to you those further. Some fears you can work upon, whereas for some, you cannot do anything. So first, I'll start out by revealing 6 categories of fear, and at last, I'll help you with secrets to conquer those fears. The first category of fear is fear of change, or when you're learning something new. For example, when you're learning to drive, you can fear accidents. I used to imagine in my dreams when I started to learn driving that I'm banging the car coming from the opposite end, or myself banging a person right ahead of my car. When you're newly married, you fear how things will go for your family with your spouse. When you shift to a new apartment, you worry about how your neighbors would be and how will you adjust to the new setting. So this is the first category of fear, that is the fear that comes from change, or when you start to learn something new. The second category of fear is the fear in personal life and in relationships, when you fear losing someone you love, when you fear losing your reputation, when you fear that you are not good enough, and when you have insecurities. I recall my grandma, actually my mother's mother, who worries a lot about her grandson, what he will do in his life. Whether the grandson will succeed and whether he will get a job, all the time she constantly fears for him. This is the second type of fear. The third category of fear is the fear of performance, which is the fear that you experience before the exams. It is the fear that players experience before the big match. It is the fear that I experienced before shooting this video, or when you have to speak publicly, you get butterflies in your stomach. This is that fear, the fear of performance. And I'm going to tell you ways how to conquer them at the end, so stay with me. The fourth category of fear is fear when you are being dishonest. This means when you do something unlawful, like you hit a person with your car and run, or you tell lies to your spouse for you have cheated or done something wrong, or when you cheat the tax authorities. This is the fear that gets generated. The fifth category of fear is fear of animals like lions, tigers, dogs or cats, cockroaches or any supernatural elements like ghosts hunting you. The sixth category, the last category, is the inbuilt fears in mind. I was not finding the correct word, so I gave it inbuilt, although you can give me something new in the comment section if you have a better one. So these inbuilt fears are fear when you fear from height or fear from superstitions. I had a lot of superstitions earlier where in my mind, I got various thoughts like I have to touch a certain thing in a specific place and something good will happen with me. For example, when I saw my table, I thought if I touch it in the right corner, my life will become better, and if I don't touch it now, it will become worse. I know you must be laughing at me, but I had this superstition and I did get fears when not following it. So these are broadly the 6 categories of fear I could think of, and most of us experience these in our lives. Now let me share the secrets as to how you can deal with these 6 fears that we experience in a better way. For the first fear, the fear of change, or when you are starting something new, the real solution is to give things more time and think that it's okay to fail. But what you need to do is you need to practice hard where you want to become better. For example, if I fear driving less won't reduce my fear in me. Getting better, seeking the training and driving regularly will definitely reduce my fear. In fact, it has. Now I don't fear driving the way I used to earlier. If you have fears when you have shifted to a new place, You can give yourself more time to understand things, to understand people, to understand your neighbors. You'll definitely feel better with time. If you have a new person in your family, like I was discussing, that if you are newly married, you and your family can give more time to understand the new person. It's very important to defer judgment and not think of consequences on the first go. It's okay to fail when you start something new or there is a change in your life, but it's important that you give it time to settle things up. For the second category, when you fear relationships or when you fear losing someone, conquer this fear by understanding the meaning of life and what it wants to teach you. When you were born, you were not aware of who your parents would be, who your spouse would be, who your children would be, and who your friends would be. Some of them could be there with you right now. Some of the good people may have left you, some of the bad people may have also left you, and some of the good people are yet to come in your life. And this is a very natural process of life. We develop attachment, we develop insecurities, and we develop fear. What if we lose the people we love? But the harsh truth is, life still moves forward if we lose good people. I remember my first relationship during college when I thought about how I'll be able to survive if she's not there in my life. And now she's not there, and I'm still living happily afterwards. So it's important to understand here the principle that what is meant for you will stay with you till the time you need it. But that time is decided by God. So you have to trust His timings. It's the time where God wants you to develop more wisdom and experience pain, but take learnings from it. So when you fear losing your loved one, just think that God will keep him or her with you till the time you need him, and if they are not there, then God wants you to progress, or maybe introduce more new good people into your life. So leave this fear onto the God and think that whatever happens is for your good. This will definitely reduce your fear. This thought you can also keep when you fear losing your reputation. It really works magic. The third fear, the fear of performance, fear of exams, fear of public speaking, is good to some extent because it pushes you to work hard. But if you want to reduce it, I would say don't focus a lot on the consequence. Instead, focus on the process. Make your mind consciously think and work on the process. For example, if I fear public speaking, I fear it because I look at the consequence. As to what if I fail? What if the public laughs at my speech? What if I fall down while speaking because of nervousness? What if people throw paper at me? These are all consequences that we experience before the real performance. It can definitely come to our mind, but if we give more weightage to them, they can lead us to do more harm than good. So here what you can do is think consciously about what you need to do to get better at public speaking and how you can improve your process. So for example, you can read your scripts consciously, you can practice it behind the stage, you can perform a demo before your friends or in a lesser audience before your real speech, or you can spend time learning the speech and modifying it. It's how you are engaging your mind is important here in the process. If you focus it on bad consequences, which our mind often does, our process suffers. Hence we fail and the disappointment. So focus on the process. When you have these bad thoughts of failing, if you fear you will fail the exam, study hard, focus hard on your studies. That is in your hands. That is the part of the process. Negative thoughts will come, but they will go as well. But if you give importance to them, if you rethink them, they will let you think of consequences, and that hence will generate more fear. So to reduce performance fear, remember to do processes well. Think of processes only and how you can improve. Don't think of results because they are not in your hands. Leave it again, the results, to God. The fourth fear of being dishonest, I would say that's a good fear to have, so keep it. There is no need to conquer and become disloyal in your life. This fear is good. The fifth fear of animals, you cannot do much about it either. If you fear tigers or dogs, you fear them because they are dangerous. So it's natural to have that fear. Or if they are cockroaches, maybe you can kill them if you have the courage. The sixth fear, which I gave a name, inbuilt fears in mind, like my superstitions or your fear of height, you can conquer them by going against it. So what I did was, whatever superstitions my mind was having, I tend to go against them. So if you have fear of height, consciously engage in activities or maybe in an adventure spot that involves height. Of course, you take safety measures in there. But that is the only way to conquer these fears, is to go look the fear in their eyes and say that either you will be there or I will be there. That's it pretty much. A very long video I have made, but I hope it helps you in your journey to conquer fears and become more fearless in your life. The more fearless you are, the more truthful you are, and the more success you get in your life. So remember, my friend, to be fearless. So whenever the next time you get fearful, watch this video again. Use the tips and see if it helps. If you like the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends whom you feel it will help. If you want us to meet again and again, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell so that you remain updated with my upcoming videos. For now, your friend Nitesh Gurnani needs to sign off, and I wish you to be fearless. Bye bye, take super care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.